Jai Shri Ram. Hinduize everything and militarize the Hindu. Veer Savarkar. I made this poster 20 years ago and almost like it's a prediction. And Modi ji came, and if you look at the left hand side top, scrapping Article 370, that has been done. But I have many other wishes. I hope he fulfills them. Let's take a closer look now. Please take a screenshot. My demands are this. Vivekananda statue must be there in every school. We must establish a meritocracy. Reservations must be given only on economic criteria, and free quality education must be given. Government schools should really impart good education. Unfortunately, government teachers are getting the best salaries actually, but hardly any teaching is going on there. I don't want to say anything more. My next requirement and demand: tough laws and speedy enforcement. 3 crore cases are pending, but milords are deciding about giving bail to criminals and traitors. Oh my God, when will the judiciary be reformed? Ramayana and Mahabharata must be taught in school. We must instill values. Next, apotheosize patriots and saints, not fake, saints. I don't want to name them. Giving Bharat Ratna to fake saints and fake heroes, that should stop. In fact, my direct demand would be Bharat Ratna should be given to Dr. Ji, that is Hedgewar, the founder of RSS, and also to Golwalkar Ji, the second Sarsang Chalak, and also to Pai, Anant Pai, the founder of Amar Chitra Katha, and Varghese Kurian, the milkman, the man who revolutionized the milk industry, white revolution. But he was not given Bharat Ratna. And in fact, there are many more like that. Next is to liberate Balochistan and reclaim POK. Shastrarth culture. We must teach students to be able to debate on religion and debate on anything for that matter. Rhetoric should be taught in school. Rhetoric is the art of public speaking. Powerful and persuasive language, good vocabulary. Shastrarth means scriptural debate. Only when we freely allow Shastrarth culture, then we will eliminate all social evils and nonsensical cults like the desert cults. I won't name them, you know what they are. Their holy books are so disgusting, full of lechery, butchery and treachery, and still 4 billion people are following them. We Hindus should completely rout them in a debate. They should feel, as human beings, you should feel ashamed if you are following such a cult. So, Shastrarth culture redux. Redux means brought back. Shastras who used to be there, Shankaracharya, Ramanujacharya, Madhvacharya, all such great acharyas defeated other cults. In fact, ours is not a cult. Sanatana Dharma is not a cult. So, this is no longer available now. If I say anything, then 295A, 153A, non-bailable offense. But they are ridiculing us day in and day out for nothing. There is nothing to ridicule in Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana Dharma doesn't proselytize and doesn't say you should kill the infidel. The next demand is noise pollution should be banned. Cow slaughter should be banned. People who kill cows should be killed, hanged to death. Ombudsman. Where is the Lokpal? What about if complaints against elected representatives must be investigated speedily? Unfortunately, our parliament and assemblies are full of many people who don't deserve to be there. My next demand is Kashmiri Pandits must be resettled in Kashmir. Something must be done, and perhaps they should be given weapons also. And then renaming of roads and airports, I'm glad some of that work is already being done. Vande Mataram should be taught in school and sung in school. Morning prayer should be Vande Mataram, not begging for bread. The next demand is secular. The word secular should be removed and spiritual should be added into the Constitution preamble. And Hajj subsidy should be stopped. Anyway, the Supreme Court has ordered that it has to be phased out. Subsidy then must be given to Hindus also actually, to go to Char Dham Yatra. Election reform. Well, fortunately, something is going on, but much more is needed. The next demand is rid our universities of politics. Our universities are full of political activity. They have become the hotbed of politics. All radical elements live in the hostels. In America, politicians are not allowed into the universities. That is why their universities are great. There was a time when Indian universities were the greatest. 500 BC, Takshashila University. About 500 AD, Nalanda University. And Vikramashila, so many other universities. Today, Indian universities are considered good for nothing, barring maybe just one or two. And also that I am saying, just because I don't want to be cynical. Disgusting. Where is the education? What about the research? My God, our universities are nothing but a hotbed of radicals and political turmoil. Next demand is curbing the raunch culture. Besharam Gana, God knows what, yellow journalism, tabloidization, and teaching kids to dance like God knows what. What kind of culture is this? This has to be stopped. Next demand, support Brahmins in Vedic studies. And of course, as the Veda says, Yademam vacham kalyani mavajani janebhyah shudra rajanya. Veda says that Veda should be taught to everyone. There are some idiots who think that Veda says that only Brahmins should be taught. That is not true. Yajurveda you can study. 26.2, I'll check up and let you know. So Veda, in the Vedas, God, Brahman says, Vedas must be taught to everyone. Not teaching is the sin. Anyway, Brahmins who are already skilled in Vedic studies should be supported, funded, so that they can teach Vedas to anyone of any kulam or jati. We don't have caste. That is a stupid, disgusting word. There is no caste in Hinduism. Loudly proclaim that much at least. My next demand is Bhagavad Gita should become the national book. Bhagavad Gita should become the national book, and every person in India will then become a good human being irrespective of their religion. That much is guaranteed. UCC, of course, fortunately it is likely to come up. The burqa must be banned because we don't know. There have been many incidents. We do not know who's behind the burqa. All kinds of terrorist activities have taken place. So, well, it's a hot topic anyway. I'm hoping someday, at least in public places, it should not be allowed. Indian arts. What about Indian painting, sculpture, architecture, dance, drama, music, literature, and movies showing Indian culture? Nothing. Our governments, we are paying the tax to the government, but what is the support the government is giving to enable the development of Indian arts? Hardly anything. So this is my next demand. My next demand is revising history. The real history has to be taught. Those Marxist historians have told us nothing but pure lies, utter lies and rubbish. In fact, bullshit is the kind of history we were taught, all lies. It is time to revise the history and re-establish Gurukuls. Gurukul system, not this Macaulay Putra system. We are being taught so much which is absolutely useless for living. No linkage. My next requirement, in the fundamental duties, incidentally there are 11 fundamental duties, 51A in the Constitution. But with their scientific temperament, where is scientific temperament? If I use my scientific temperament and start questioning all these religions, then I will be arrested. 295A, 153A. Critical thinking. Absolutely no critical thinking. Our children have no critical thinking. Parents are worshipping dargahs and tombs and graves and babas and God knows what. When you have the Gita, and then on top of it they are saying Sarva Dharma Vada Pav. What kind of a Vada Pav is that? When a book is teaching lechery, butchery and treachery, how can you call it a holy book? Another demand will be banning conversions and banning sale of alcohol and consumption. I don't know whether it will be done, but well, it is one of my hopes and wishes. Teach Sanskrit in school. Ambedkar wanted Sanskrit to be the national language, and for good reason. I don't have to explain that. All our scriptures are in Sanskrit. If everybody learns Sanskrit, then equality will naturally come. Nobody can claim that he knows more. So, And all these faulty distortions can be kicked out. All kinds of nonsense, atrocity literature, interpolations even in the Bhagavad Gita are there. So, Sanskrit must be taught in school. This is my complete demand. So, this is establishing a meritocracy. Unfortunately, we have established a kakistocracy. Kakistocracy means rule by the worst. I have 99% or 90% of our elected representatives, I have no respect for them. Because the moment they open their mouth, you know what kind of a person that fellow is. So we have failed to establish a meritocracy. America has done much better than us. Meritocracy, rule by the most meritorious. Why can't there be an entrance exam for politicians also? Why are all kinds of... the entrance exam could be in their vernacular, local language. But at least they must have some knowledge. For every job you have an examination, but for the highest job, which is to rule the country, any Tom, Dick and Harry can get into it. This is ridiculous. So this is my poster and this is my little talk. I hope it doesn't offend you. And anyway, if it does offend you, I don't really care. You have a right to get offended. I have a right to offend you. As long as, of course, I don't abuse you. I'm not abusing anybody. I hope this poster will be understood in the right spirit. Jai Shri Ram.